Welcome to Tsaile Lake.
So if you forgot to get firewood or just decide to cook something really quick, you can always use the sage here, and the wood from it burns really hot and very fast, but I would always go for these ones here, the dead ones. And there's quite a bit. And up here in the mountains, there's a lot of sage. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that looks yummy.
So I made some dough before we left home for Navajo tortillas, and it's just flour, baking powder, and salt. This is a Navajo tortilla, and everyone's family has their own recipe, and some have preferred flours like the gold medal flour. I myself prefer the bluebird flour. And this is how it cooks. See, so we just did the first rotation, and then we're gonna flip. And this last little piece is gonna be for my son. A little too well done, but I mean it's just there. It's not like it's burnt all the way through. So yeah, got some food here to feed the fire. Yeah, so you always want to feed the fire. Hopefully when it's still hot enough to take it, and then bell pepper, onion, seasonings, super yummy. So I originally wanted to do a review on the Shakespeare pole, $20 one, but my son last night tossed it in the fire. So luckily I brought it back up, and I'm just gonna re-rig it. But yeah, taking the old ugly stick out of retirement. And this is the it's like a $3 or $5, can't remember, fishing multi-tool. I got a regular plier for dehooking, and then I got this. This is just your cheapest all-in-one. So we're gonna see how. So I just did the simplest rig I know because I left my barrel swivels. I just got the balls of fire from the Poutsky. These ones got glitter. I feel like the glitter attracts a little more attention. These are nice. Honestly, I don't like hooking worms. It just doesn't feel right to me. But everybody has their own beliefs on that. But
That's true. And the other thing is, my sister had a baby.
I just don't like hooking live worms. So I got this, keeping them cool. And you store these, and you can just keep reusing them. They look real enough, and they're super responsive. You barely jiggle them. They look like they're live wriggling worms. So I got a 1/16 sinker here. Kind of a little too thick, so I usually just buy the hook and then hook it to my own line. But this water here is pretty murky. Like, you can't see the bottom after about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet. So I doubt they'll be able to see this here. But I know a green line would do really well. So I got the power bait on there. Whoa! They stink.
Hooray!
I got a bite really quickly. I had that power bait and I put a worm on there just for some little extra attention, but I think the fish, the power bait protected the fish from the hook, so when he took it, he just gulped the power bait. So I'm gonna try just the worm this time. Got my line caught. I don't know if you can see in the water. It's just I'm more lazy to retie a knot than to just get wet and grab a hook. Yeah, this is nasty. This is nasty. Let's see if I can switch to something else. So I have this jig here. This was from a few years ago when the watermelon green, the bass bait, and this was all the rage that year. And maybe a big trout will find this juicy enough to try and get a bite. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some people on a boat and they're approaching a herd of deer. That's so cool. It's a little minnow lure. So we ended up switching spots because the wind was just beating us up on the other side, and there's almost no wind here. I'm gonna try this. That doesn't seem very windproof. Let's put a little wind block here. So the tea kettle is starting to screech. Just gonna add some wild rice. I'm not super confident in the balance of that, so that's why I got a little windbreak here, but I got it boiling in about 6 minutes. Steak is looking almost ready to flip. Wild rice is ready. Almost forgot about the veggies. Man, that was good. This is my first time here. I heard a lot about it from my wife, and her childhood, she came here a lot. I've only ever fished like wheat fields and Tsaile Lake. It's a beautiful lake. So this was more of a scouting trip for sure, camping trips. I do want to camp out a lot more when it does get warmer. And this was more like my first time even camping with my kids. I really wanted to try camping like a little hike with them. Maybe 2-day hike, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, the logistics of everything will be squared away before I even attempt that. So it was a nice learning experience. It was super, super windy today, all day. Now it's just calm. It was even windy last night. So the whole time we were here, it was windy. The lake got pretty murky. A lot of waves. I only caught some minnows. Well, not minnows, but maybe the size of a cell phone. Nokia phone. But not big enough to keep. So I didn't catch anything worth to eat. But in this area where I am right now, right here, just right here, I was speaking with the ranger today. I also talked with the ranger for like an hour and a half, but he said that 2 fish were caught by one person here, a 16-inch and an 18-inch trout, rainbow trout. So there's big fish here, and I see them coming up to the surface, breaking the surface. I think even night fishing would be a possibility here. Would be pretty good. Yeah, I'm a full-time farmer and full-time artist. Right now I'm preparing for an art show. That's where all my time is at. Also getting the fields ready for the summer, preparing for farming projects. And this was a really nice 2-day getaway. It's just a really nice place. We got a Navajo burger from the sweet old couple. It was just an old man and an old lady, and they were making food in a food truck. Give it a try. This is a really good fry bread, nice and fluffy. It's perfect. I'm so hungry. Got it with cheese. Gotta have cheese. Some people don't like it, but I love me some cheese. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.